What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having an amazing day. As always, you can follow me on Instagram at DreamRare. You can follow me on Twitter at Legendary Energy. Check out my website, legendary.vision. I'm here right now at the Ben Shapiro protests at UCLA college campus. Excuse me. It's very loud. There's helicopters flying, a lot of police, a lot of protesters. Personally, I think Ben Shapiro's cool. I'm not the biggest fan. I think he's legit. I think he's a smart guy. And I just think it's very bizarre that people would protest. I think it's the greatest time ever in humanity. If you have a better idea than Ben Shapiro, if you're a better public speaker than Ben Shapiro, if you're a better debater than Ben Shapiro, you can actually book your own gigs on college campuses. You can start your own YouTube channel. You can start your own Facebook page. So I don't understand the philosophy of spending so much time protesting when you could start your own business or make your own page. So I'm going to get into the thick of things a little bit. I'm here with my buddy Fleck, as Talks is over there talking to some people, but I'm going to have some conversations and see if we can get down to why so many people think it's a good idea to protest Ben Shapiro. And I don't know what they're doing. They got some interesting chants.
But I'm wearing my journalist hat tonight.
Gendered lies. Well, millions of struggling to get by.
How you doing, brother?
Hey, did we speak earlier today?
Where?
On Bruno.
No. That wasn't me. I got a familiar look.
While millions of Americans are struggling to get by, our message should be that unions at UCLA do not stand for dividing working Americans while so many struggle. Thank you.
People united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. The people united jamás serán vencidos. El pueblo unidos 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 jamás serán vencidos. Cause the power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people. All right, people. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people. The power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people. The power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people. But like everyone's like from what? Ain't no power like the power of the people. The power of the people don't stop. Say what? Ain't no power like the power of the people.
I gotta get this guy.
It's like I'm gonna wait for them to, disperse so I can talk to individual people. So far, it's kind of like a low-level, less fun Bonnaroo, like bad vibes, pretty negative vibes, but, I like a good chant. I like unity, so I feel where they're coming from. Does anyone want to get a word in on a live stream? Just opinions, thoughts? No? Yeah? Nothing? You good? Anybody want to get some opinions and thoughts? I just got a live stream or whatever. No, it's all love. Whatever.
You can get your opinion?
Yeah.
Are you fine with being on record?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll record you, you record me. Let's get it together. I'm on live stream.
We can't give it.
Oh, okay.
But we want your opinion, so if you want to...
Can I do it when I'm done with the live stream? Yeah. I'll be around. All right, thank you guys. All right, I'm going to kind of get in here. I'm wearing all black, so I could low-key be like the most radical person here, but follow this real quick, yeah. Do you want to talk or get an opinion? No? Okay.
Right-wing bigots, go away! Anti-gay. Right-wing bigots, go away! Racist, sexist, anti-gay, right-wing bigots, go away! Racist bigots! Go away!
Anybody want to get a word in?
Limited thing, but it's actually like an umbrella org, so we accept everyone.
Somebody here is gonna want to talk to me.
Then they'll be good. We'll also be good. Whatever.
Anybody want to get a quick word on the live stream? Just speak your thoughts, speak your feelings, raw, unfiltered. Anyone? Yep. Anybody have anything to say? Does anybody want to get a word in? Make a quick cameo, huh?
Fuck Trump. And Ben Shapiro. Fuck that guy.
Who's worse, Ben Shapiro or Trump?
Trump.
Why Trump worse than Ben Shapiro? That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, that's it. Bars. That's simple and easy. Just no explanation, just fuck Ben Shapiro, fuck Trump. Don't want to talk about it, don't want to explain yourself. Makes sense. How about, you want to get a word in? Yeah, how do you feel? You got the Make America Great Again shirt on.
Oh yeah, I'm actually a bigger Ben Shapiro fan than I am a Trump fan.
Wait,
but,
are you a white supremacist?
Am I a white supremacist?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think Asians especially need to just be eradicated off the face of this earth.
What do you think about the protests here? Do you go to school here?
I do not go to school here. I mean, the protesters, they have a right. They're not getting violent, and that's all cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, I kind of feel sorry for them because they've been totally indoctrinated and brainwashed. And they're good kids.
Yeah.
But they're just misled.
It's weird because I find like with you and like even the people that follow me, there's different ethnicities, races, religions, but it's like the media tries to put people in a box. Okay, you're Asian, think this way. You're Latino, think this way. But I find in the real world, nobody really feels that way. Like, I pretty much, there were a few people, not that race even matters to me, but it seemed like a lot of more white people in there than in the Trump supporters.
Are you a YouTuber?
YouTube, Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, it's called identity politics, man.
Identity politics, race, religion, gender.
If you're of a certain group, be it sexual orientation, race, whatever, you have to believe a certain way, or you're like an outcast or whatever. But I don't subscribe to that. So
yeah, it's strange to me too because it's like only my second one, but the right wing bigot, like I don't know who they consider that, and I asked someone, they said fuck Trump, no explanation. We're gonna dive deeper, but give me a few more words.
They have no arguments.
People love you here, so
they have no arguments. I mean, they all they can say is racist, sexist, homophobe, Islamophobe, fuck him. No, they have no arguments. And the few people that do have arguments, they're totally drowned out, or they're completely nonsensical. It's ridiculous.
I saw it today. I was watching Owen Schroyer live stream from InfoWars, and like this one guy just was like, like he went to his face and just like made noise, and I was like, that's what they say that they do, and then I saw it live. So
I like Owen Schroyer. I have to admit, I like him better than Alex Jones, honestly.
He's got a good personality. I like him too. God bless, brother.
Yeah, take it easy.
Have a good one.
Where am I going to see that?
An0maly, An0maly on Facebook.
Anomaly.
Yeah. Oh, it's getting quiet. Hold on, we'll go back in the mix. So it's peaceful. We got a lot of MAGA hats over there, and then we got the Ben Shapiro protesters. It's like a beautiful little world here. Everyone's doing their thing, but everyone's getting along. I love that. I love when people can just, be right next to each other in different realities, but, stay calm. So we'll see where it goes.
Make America native again.
Still blind. Actually blind. Holy fuck.
Right-wing bigots, go away.
Alright. When they stop yelling, I'm going to go back in, try to get some words to see who is the right-wing bigots they're talking about. Is it? Can't even get a word in.
Can't take it no more. 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 UC, you're no good. Treat your students like you should.
UC, you're no good. Treat your students like you should.
You want to get a word in on a live stream? Just
let's do it.
Raw, yeah, whatever you want. Just keep it real, keep it natural.
All right. So there's two things that we're protesting here.
Yeah.
One of them is the funding issue. Okay. Republicans should have funded this. Should have funded the security costs. Okay. It's about $100,000.
But the school funded it?
The school funded it because ADF, pro bono, right-wing, homophobic legal organization, classified as a homophobic legal organization by the Southern Poverty Law Center, basically bullied UCLA into footing the security costs when they weren't supposed to. That's one of the things. The other things, frankly, I don't think Ben Shapiro has a whole lot of intelligent things to say. That's one of my main problems with him. He kind of comes on college campuses and you know, sort of like makes these incendiary remarks, makes these inflammatory remarks, just to incite hatred. Like, for example, he talks about, or he said, Arabs just want to live in sewers and bomb the crap out of people. That's verbatim what he said. Yeah. And so, I mean, we're opposing him morally. We're not opposing his right to speak. But certainly free speech entails us to be standing here well away from where he's speaking and be able to argue about this.
I feel that. I do feel like he is rude sometimes and a little bit disrespectful. With the security, do you think that the people protesting and the people who cause violence have responsibility as far as the police? Because I do agree that the school shouldn't pay for it, but if nobody protested and there was no threat,
then Republicans should have paid for it, but they didn't want to. They cowered out of paying for it and basically hired a legal attack dog, which did the work pro bono, so they did it for free because they're a homophobic right-wing organization who supported Ben Shapiro. Okay. And so they basically, Bruin Republicans went into contact with ADF and sort of bullied the administration of UCLA to foot the bill.
Okay, can we see the sign real quick?
Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you for your perspective and thank you for being nonviolent. You know, I respect a good nonviolent
absolutely.
protest.
We're not here to incite
It's
violence.
all about dialogue. Let's get a handshake. We'll do a left hand.
Absolutely.
God bless, brother.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come back and talk to more people.
For sure.
Thank you. See, it's all love. Everybody's nice. You know, I understand. Ben Shapiro is definitely rude sometimes. There's some things that I don't agree with him on, but I would rather debate him. I'd rather say my own thing than, protest and whatnot. And I also think that the protesters themselves have a lot of responsibility as far as why the security costs are so high. Because if there wasn't such a threat, they wouldn't have to pay. There's like helicopters flying. It's ridiculous. I mean, for a Jewish conservative to speak, it's pretty bananas what's happening. But it is what it is. So we're gonna go in. We ran into Fleckus here. He's doing an interview. Let's get your boy.
Oh yeah, there were a bunch of
I don't think I can.
Yeah. And actually, yeah, it's just a pretty
Fleckus, the people want a quick word from your boy.
We're here, UCLA. Ben Shapiro's trying to give a speech. Some college kids aren't happy about it. So, Fleckus Talks is here. Anomaly is here.
Very
rare. You
rare.
guys the truth. Rare talk.
Exactly. All right. Thank you, brother. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm trying to get to... Here come the socialists. Here come the socialists. Ah! Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. That shit's hard. See, I don't think they should have full rights to that song. I don't think that should be a socialist song. That could be an American song too. Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. That's hard, I'm not mad at that. Anybody want to get a word in about the Ben Shapiro thing, just on the live stream? Thoughts or opinions? Here, wait. Okay, why? Can I get a why? Can I get a why though? Why is he racist?
How is he not racist?
Wait, I just want to know specifics. How is he racist? How is he racist? Huh? Just give me 2 ways that he's racist. No? Okay.
You think so? Yeah.
It's just so mind-boggling to me that people. This happens every time I go to these things. It's not often, but when I talk, they say he's racist. But I asked 2 specifics, and they couldn't even give me 2 reasons. If I feel so strongly to say F somebody, I'm gonna have 2 reasons on deck. What's up, brother? Should we get a duel? How are you doing? Who are you filming with?
How about you? I'm sorry?
Who are you here with there?
I'm here with for the Daily Bruin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about what's going on?
Neutral.
Neutral?
Yeah.
Think he has the right to speak, or you think people are overreacting, or you think he's dangerous?
He has the right to speak.
And they have the right to protest, right? And
yep.
I have the right to be here with you. That's how free society works, right?
I agree.
God bless. When I'm done with this, you want to get a little?
Sure. If I can interview you two, that'd be cool.
Can we do it while I'm live streaming, or is that okay?
Sure. You mind if I just like switch lenses? I might take like a couple minutes.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll try to get some people around here, and then I'll come back here.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you, brother. You guys want to get a word in, or how you feel about things? It's all right. I want to get to the core of.
I want to get in there too. It's tough.
A lot of people are very mad, but like in Flecka's talks, they don't have very many reasons. Like, I'm seeing it firsthand. You're seeing it here live. A lot of people could probably. Flecka's gets mostly love, so we don't have to worry about that. But a lot of people could probably say, "Oh, he's just framing them. He's making that stuff up." But you see it here in the live flesh, in the full uncut raw, that everybody hating just can't even.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even have words to go. I had 3 people say F Trump and say he's racist. I said, give me 1, 2 examples. Nothing.
Yeah, it's easier to chant and sing borderline catchy songs.
I thought it was
Some of
the
them are
power of
pretty
the people.
Power of the people.
Power
of the people.
That should not be just a socialist song.
I sing Power of the People too.
It's
I like
an American
that
song. That's a world song.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's
Power of the People works.
All right, we're gonna get in the mix. Oh man. Anybody want to get a word in, or just a live stream, just raw opinion, raw feelings? Huh? No? Anybody? You want it? You're good? He's live stream? Live stream is pretty cracking, just your thoughts about what's going on. You think it's right, you think it's wrong.
What's your Facebook channel again? Sorry.
An0maly, An0maly.
An0maly.
Yeah. Message me too. Maybe we can do a follow-up stuff. I have a podcast too. So I'm always trying to get rare opinions. So I'm trying to get there. What's that?
So what would you like to know?
Do you go to school here?
Yep.
What do you think about the protest? Do you think that he is so hateful that it's dangerous, or do you think he has the right to speak?
I think that even if you wanted to protest in favor of, fascism, Nazism, supporting anything you wanted to, you should be able to speak. Might not agree with it. I say, you know what, fuck him if he thinks certain things. But at the same time, just because I don't agree with what someone has to say doesn't mean they don't have a right to say that.
I love it. Just like them, I feel like they feel like they're better people than Ben Shapiro. They should debate Ben Shapiro, right?
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I think that that's the best way to get things going.
2, 4, 6, 8. America was never great.
An0maly, An0maly.
America was never great. 2, 4, 6, 8. America was never great. 2, 4, 6, 8. America was never great.
That one was a little heartfelt.
So, what do you guys think about Ben Shapiro and Trump? Good, bad?
Excuse me, guys.
Okay.
Excuse me, guys.
Hold on, I'm gonna follow the socialist crowd.
That is correct.
They're more fun. What is it?
Free movie with human rights issues.
Oh, free movie with what?
Human rights issues.
With free pizza? Oh, they don't. Free pizza, free movies?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not political. It's just pizza. They're the hustle. I like you guys. All right. Well, is it ready or no? Almost. It's ready. Okay.
Is it okay if we go with their slide?
Yeah, sure. Maybe I could. Uh-oh, it's getting heated over there. Maybe I could prop this up somewhere and then we could do it. Can I do that? Can I sit down here and then this way I don't have to close my live stream? We get the. Is that cool? Let's see. I'm used to this. I just sit on my couch usually and do. Alright, so I'm gonna do the interview. Let me.
If we kind of tilt it, like.
Yeah, let's tilt it. See, we got. This is an innovation. That's why I don't need a manager. I could do stuff like this myself. But if anybody wants to manage me, hit me up.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's just really nasty shadow, but.
That's all good. This looks like very old, like old Greek. You know, it makes me look smarter than I am.
If it's okay, if you feel comfortable asking this question.
Yeah, you could ask. I'm comfortable with anything. That's
okay.
Cool.
Can you give us your name, year, and major?
I don't go to school here.
Okay.
But my name is Anomaly, An0maly. I'm a news analyst, a hip hop artist, and a human. And yeah, I'm just here. My friend was filming, so I decided to come and check out the festivities.
So, what brings you here aside from just checking out the festivities? Is there any other motive?
I just wanted to live stream and see for myself what people are doing. My friend Fleckus Talks is quite the sensation, and he's doing some filming stuff. And you know, I wanted to get both sides. You know, I'm not a hater, so I like to talk to both people, try to bring both sides together. I think it's all love.
Okay. And how do you feel about both sides right now today? Like the people who are here?
Yeah, I think Ben Shapiro, I think he's a very bright young man. I think he has the right to speak, for sure. I don't always agree with him. I definitely think sometimes he could be a little mean. Sometimes I disagree with certain things he says, but for the most part, I think he's one of the brightest young minds in the political game. I think they have the right to protest, but I think it's the greatest time ever in human history where from my couch, I was able to make my own platform because I had something special that someone else didn't have. So all of these people that are so angry at Donald Trump and so angry at Ben Shapiro, I think they should put their actions in there. Instead of protesting on the street, they should go in there and ask him questions. They should start their own YouTube channel or their own Facebook channel, because if they're such better people than Ben Shapiro is, they should be able to have a lot of success. Because if they truly are, you know, more intelligent and better and smarter and nicer than Ben Shapiro, there's millions of people out there waiting for, you know, good energy like that. So, yeah.
I'm not sure what else to ask. That was a really good answer.
Oh, thank you.
How's the live streaming going?
Oh, it's great. Right here. It's a nice little setup here. It's going good though.
For sure.
Anything else, or I'm gonna go back in the mix in a second.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you. What's your name?
Alex.
All right. Nice meeting you. Anomaly. Check out An0maly on Facebook. That's where I do most stuff.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Sorry. They turned UC Berkeley into police state. Look at all the police that are here too, protecting him, rolling out the red carpet for fascists to speak, to spew their poison under the banner of free speech. But whose free speech is being infringed upon right now? When people who oppose this, when people go up against this, they get attacked, they get arrested, they get pepper sprayed for speaking up against this shit. And those people over there, those fucking fascists with their Make America Great Again hats on, that means Make America White Again. And that is backing for a genocide. Yeah. And look, if we don't stand together right now, I don't care what your political differences are, I don't care if you're black, if you're white, whatever. And in particular, as students, what kind of role do we have to play right now? What is our responsibility when we can determine the direction of society? It is on us to get together right now. And not only drive these fascists out of power, but drive them out of the fucking White House.
Excuse fascism!
Yeah, that's right. Look, we are building a movement. We're uniting with all of you to join us. In our millions, for millions of people who hate this shit, we have the responsibility to act. Because the threat of nuclear war, that's real. The mass deportation, that's fucking real. The white supremacy in Charlottesville that killed Heather Heyer, who people like Ben Shapiro are unleashing and Trump are unleashing, that's real. And unless we don't stand up to this shit, we are going along with it. So I invite all of you to stand as students and as decent human beings. Stand with the people of the world right now. And I invite you on November 18th. We're having a protest at Pershing Square at 1 p.m. Break the noise. Bring the, break the normalization. Bring the noise. We can't normalize this
I'll definitely go to that.
We can't keep going around and only focus on ourselves. or on our lives, or on our studies, or our careers, when the rest of the world is burning. So I thank you for being here, and look, come talk to us. Let's figure this shit out. Let's get together in our different perspectives and figure this out and drive them out of power. Look, come talk to us and get some flyers, sign up, I don't know, but thank you.
Well, it's not that long, and like I hope I'm not like misrepresenting like what it really is. I do think I like from my perception at least, I think it's safe to say that the right wing, I feel so far across borders is united systematically, whether any amount of them realize or not, are systematically united with Israel against Palestinians. And as far as that's honestly what my perception is. The right wing across borders is united, basically systematically united to perpetuate racism and including a certain type of racism, which is the genocide of Palestinians and racism in general. So that's honestly what my current perception is.
That's my perception too. What? That's my perception too.
It's interesting. I'm gonna go back over here. It's a little spicier. They got some Trump supporters. I'm gonna talk to some of those kids once I shut off the live stream and just let them know they can do school speeches, they can do Facebook pages and stuff. Like they can do what Ben Shapiro's doing. I don't understand why they're like doing all this stuff. You mind if I stand up here and film, or is that okay? You mind that? All right, I won't block your vision. Sorry. You good? You guys want to wear it in or no? No? Good, just peep in. All right, sorry.
Almost more than every other race. They were targeted. They were targeted. Okay. How were blacks targeted? It was LBJ's political plan to have those animals vote Democrat the next 200 years. That was his plan. That's what's been happening. It was a political scheme. Look into it. LBJ didn't give a damn about black people. He was a full racist. You can look into this from the early days of Texas. This man was no egalitarian on civil rights. That's a lie. This man was looking for a political angle, and the fact is that the political before that you had Republican presidents who were enacting no longer separate but equal, like the Little Rock incident in '54. It was Eisenhower who sent federal troops down and said, "Let those kids in, damn it! Just because they're black doesn't mean you can put them out." It was a Republican pushing that. It was a Democrat who stood at the doors and said, "Hell no, we're not letting them in here." So you believe that parties never switch political platforms? And may I explain why? To demonstrate this, because for me to say it out of nowhere is offensive. You're right. For me to so this is what happens. So for starters, you can let's look at the U.S. Senate, for example. So throughout let's take the Civil Rights Act of '65. Okay. It would have never passed without Republicans. Democrats filibustered it. Democrats voted against it, and not just from the South, from Wyoming, from Idaho, from Indiana. Democrats opposed this. So that's it. Now, I'm just giving you an example. That's where the switch supposedly took place. Second thing,
I have to agree. The Democrats do seem pretty racist, pretty sloppy, very dishonest.
In the 90s, you had a big switch over economic issues and the advancement of the state and healthcare. 94 was a major wave election. That's why. It wasn't about race. So, yeah, go ahead.
I'll do it.
White people are in a race. How can black people be racist? Tell me, how can
It's getting boring. I should stage dive and see if everyone catches me like it's a rock concert.
Please don't.
Alright. UCLA Student Affairs. He's like, no, don't do that. You're going to make my job a lot harder. Okay, I won't. It was a light joke. I'm kidding. No, you're good. Thank you for keeping this together. We support over here. We support our officers, our good teachers, our good employees. So God bless. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Underrated.
Okay, fair enough. That makes sense. But I mean, would you not agree there have been college campuses that don't allow white kids to go to university, for example, and because of that, there have been other arguments on they won't let them in because they're
This is a very good
I'm just saying, inch by inch. Tyler.
You don't know what definition is? We can't have a conversation.
You get out. You walk out, yes.
What's racism? What's racism? What's racism? What's racism? And you can't answer that.
The weird part is if everybody wasn't so divided on this situation, like we'd all just be eating pizza or playing basketball or, you know, dancing in the club. Like anytime I go out and dance, it's like you got everybody there, every race, religion, gender. No one cares. Everyone has a good time. It's like the only thing that's really dividing us is like the thought of dividing us. It's like you got the socialists, the Black Lives Matter, this and that. You know, it's all love, it's all good causes, whatnot. But it's like we almost self-manifest these type of divisions. Like if this event wasn't happening and everyone didn't care so much, you wouldn't have to pay $100,000 for security because you wouldn't need that much security if there wasn't so much threat of violence and, you know, all of this division. We would be partying right now. So it's a dream. It's a dream world for me.
Somebody gave it to me from here.
Did they?
He's like, oh, are you okay with the car? And I'm like, no, I paid for the car because someone just gave me the car.
That's awesome.
They don't get the joke.
Going back in the mix. Thank you guys so much for staying with me. I'm gonna stay at it for a little bit. So getting in the mix.
I love myself. I love my family. Speak about it, you don't. Recognizing that affirmative action is a benefit to minorities who are traditionally disadvantaged in society. The best schools. The people. No, so if you have to have a viewpoint, I'm not getting into these things. Like, just maintain a level for all people no matter what place.
Shit's funny, right? It's like a giant meme. It's like every internet meme and internet video like coming to life. How do you guys want to get a quick word in? Just how you feel?
Yeah, we don't even.
Neither do I. Don't you think if everybody didn't care so much, we could just be partying and eating pizza?
No, I think it's good to care about things.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Anti-gay, right-wing bigots, go away! Racist, sexist, 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 anti-gay.
Something I thought of real quick. It's so loud. The funniest thing being here in the flesh rather than watching it on the video is why are they walking back and forth and just screaming on a megaphone instead of having a conversation? Like, if they really strongly feel about it, do you think that's off kilter or no?
Hey, what's up? What's your name, man?
Anomaly.
Hi,
nice to meet you.
What you filming?
I'm just doing a live stream. It's like my second time. I've been to some things like this, but don't you think it's interesting, regardless of maybe, I don't know how you feel, but that they keep going back and forth and screaming in the megaphone instead of just like having a conversation?
I would agree.
Like, it just seems kind of reductive. Even over there, I wanted to say as a friend, be like, you can be the next Ben Shapiro. You know, you could be the left-wing Ben Shapiro with all the ideas. And especially now, I feel like the Democratic Party and the left side, they need some superstars. You know, like a lot of these politicians that I tried to like on the left, they're just not cutting it. So it's like, I'm gonna go and try to motivate them, but hopefully they don't get mad at me.
So good luck with that.
But I can't. They just keep screaming. I want to get a word in, but they just keep yelling in the megaphone.
You have to pull somebody out from the side, maybe.
Do you like Ben Shapiro or no?
I do, yeah. I like listening to all kinds of political discussions.
Yeah, he's good. He's smart, you know?
Yeah, he's very
He could be a little mean, but it's like,
definitely.
Beat it with facts, though. You know, it's like, I don't know.
I think he encourages that pretty well. You know, he lets people disagree with him. I think it's really important.
Yeah. I saw the one where the trans woman just like almost punched him or something.
Yeah,
it's like, you can't just punch people in a political debate. Bro. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you.
Right-wing bigots, go away!
Are you with them or no? No. You're just joining?
Right-wing bigots, go away! Racist, sexist, anti-gay! Right-wing bigots, go away! Racist,
Do you guys mind if I ask who's considered who's a
Racists are not welcome here. 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 Racists are not welcome here.
Racists are not welcome here.
Who do you consider a right-wing bigot and a racist? I'm just curious. I'm like trying to get in the vibe. No, just who's a right-wing bigot, who's a racist, and who is not?
Those guys wearing the MAGA hats.
Do you think every conservative is a right-wing bigot?
No, they've been proving it with all their statements all night. Don't put your fucking camera in my face.
I literally had it to my face. You walked over here and put it back. But you don't have to be so rude. I'm not, like, I'm just asking questions. I want to know, I would think you want to represent properly. I agree with you that, you know, certain people over there are ignorant and divisive, and you guys are clearly not very nice to me, but I don't really have a bias, but not making me a fan of you guys, so I'm gonna walk over here and talk to someone nicer.
I think you started singing at 6, so I'm not really sure.
That was weird. They don't even want to talk. It's so weird. I gotta get away for a second. Hold on. I've been live streaming for like 30 plus minutes, and every person that hates Trump, hates Ben Shapiro, hates right-wing bigots and stuff, they can't even like bring to words how they feel. It's the weirdest thing. And I just ask a question. She says, starts screaming at me. Like, if I go to a protest with a sign, I want the exposure. I'm there to say my piece. I just can't fathom like why they won't talk to me, why they scream, and why they're so mean. Such craps. I call people like that crabs in a bucket. They just try to drag everyone down, you know? Could be starting a business or something.
Transphobia has got to go. Transphobia has got to go.
Alright, I'm gonna try it one more time.
Transphobia has got to go. Hey, hey. Oh, oh. Transphobia has got to go. Hey, hey. Oh, oh. Transphobia has got to go. Hey, hey. Oh, oh. Transphobia has got to go.
Does anyone want to get a word in on a live stream? Just spread your message. You know, I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna judge. You want to get a word in or no?
Another world is possible. We are unstoppable.
Does anybody want to talk? Spread your message to the world just via live stream. I don't care what it is. Just anybody. None of these people want to talk. It's so weird. Anybody want to weigh in on live stream? Get a little word in how they feel about the event. How about you, brother? Do you want to spread your message to the world? I'm not going to hate. I'm not going to judge.
You already have a little bit.
Have you?
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Just
I
real
said
quick.
Trump, and you said Trump or Ben Shapiro, and I said.
Oh
Trump.
yeah. Give me why though? Give me like a specific.
Look, man.
Explain
Ben
exactly
Shapiro
why.
spreads a lot of hate, and I don't want that shit on my campus. I mean, at a certain point, there's no debating someone who's denying the right to exist of other groups, like our trans community members, black people, Muslims. You know, he's a fucking racist.
I do agree he's mean. Do you think, because I have a lot of left qualities myself, to be honest. I care about the environment. I care about social justice. Do you think there could be a left-leaning rock star like Ben Shapiro who can go around the campuses and go word for word with him, blow for blow? Because I feel like even on the right, people can't mess with Ben Shapiro.
I just don't know if it's worth their time. I mean, you want to put Ben Shapiro against Noam Chomsky up there? Like, who the fuck's going to win? Noam Chomsky.
I don't know. But I want to see that, though.
I don't think it's worth his time.
Hey, at least he talked to me. I love that. I respect that. You know, it's not about hate. I respect anybody who can at least have a decent conversation. He said Noam Chomsky. Even those two words makes him the most intelligent person I've spoken to on that side the entire night, just by saying that name. He could have just read a fortune cookie that said Noam Chomsky in it. He was already nicer to me than other people. It's getting really intense. All right, so what's happening is you have like the MAGA hats, and there's there's a lot of right-wing people here, and there are, to be fair, there are like the far right, because to me, I think I always defend the right. I think everybody on the right gets grouped in, like everybody's a fascist, everyone's a neo-Nazi, and it's not true. Ben Shapiro's not, but there, you know, Baked Alaska's there, his people. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of people who are far right there. So, you know, that's why I'm trying to keep it real. I think there's some people being divisive on all sides, but for the most part, you have the socialist side. They literally have socialist sides. I'm not making fun of them. That's them proclaiming that. And the anti-gay, KKK, Trump people, anti-Trump people, whatever. And then you have a lot of Trump supporters. So it's getting a little spicy. But honestly, there's like no Antifa here. They're like look at, I even got black. Hold on. I even got black pants on. I'm like the most Antifa'd out person here. Hold on. Maybe I'll go in and troll people. Pretend like maybe I'll scare some Trump supporters.
And this shit is happening when we go to school or when we live.
Do you want to say a quick word or spread your message? No hate, no bias. Just you can speak your truth or no? You're good? Okay. God bless. Alright, I'm gonna try to get some people leaving the actual event. Sometimes at these things, I feel like I'm at like a adult daycare center, like where you drop your babies off, you drop off your left-wing babies, and you drop off your right-wing babies, and you got your far right and your far left, and they just yell at each other. Like it's so childish, it's so sophomoric what's happening right now, but it's also incredibly entertaining. Are you guys coming from the Shapiro event? Or no? Are you coming from the Ben Shapiro event or no?
Oh, we're not coming. Do
you want to get a word in on the live stream? How you feel about it? First of all,
I probably can't really say anything. I didn't really intend it.
It's all good. How's your day? Let's.
My day's pretty good.
Water, underrated or overrated?
Water?
Yeah.
Here?
Both, in general, and then here, because I want to know the water quality.
Water's pretty good here.
Water, overrated or underrated though?
Let's see. I'll say underrated.
It's got to be underrated. Everybody's got rap songs about drinking alcohol and stuff, but nobody has songs about water.
Exactly.
And we're made of it, so. You think Ben Shapiro, legend, loser? What do you think?
I think he's pretty cool.
You think they're being a little ridiculous by screaming at people?
Wait, they're screaming at people?
Yeah, like what do you think about the whole thing? You got your socialists over there, you got some far right people, and then some normal Ben Shapiro supporters, and then it's a weird side.
They're being a little too loud.
They are being loud. And the weird thing is I try to talk to all of them. I'm not a hater. I'm not someone who comes to try to frame them. They can't even talk. They're like zombies. They just like screaming. They like scream in megaphones. They don't even want to have a conversation. They're like, it's not even worth having a debate. I'm like, it's weird. But
okay. All right.
I like your guys' shirts though. Have a good one. Hello. Trying to make the most of it. It's still going on. They're still yelling. To me, it's boring. I feel like the numbers go down in the live stream when I go over next to the socialist crabs and the right wing whatevers. So I'm gonna try to get some more people off to the side. You want to say a word about the event or no on the live stream? All right. I like the scooter though. Swag. Can I see your sign? Can I get it on the live stream? Let me see. Fuck white supremacy and Ben Shapiro. Get the, okay.
Was never great. 2, 4, 6, 8. America 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 was never great.
Look what I found.
Anomaly.
Any luck? Any good?
We got some good interviews. Yeah, met some good people. A lot of good Trump supporters, a lot of good conservatives. I didn't get many good interviews with the left. They just won't talk to me.
They're not talking, yeah.
Whenever you ask them a question, they just start a new chant, and it's just like...
It's so weird how they scream on the mega... Like, listen to them even now, they're not even trying to have a conversation. Like, they're just screaming as loud as they can. I knew they did that for, like, part of it, but this crowd seems extra screamy, right? It's like...
Extra screamy
Extra
tonight.
screamy.
Extra screamy tonight. That's for sure. They're talking 2, 4, 6, 8. America was never great, and it's like, come on, man.
It's but then, what are we gonna do to make it good? Then it's like they don't even. Do they have a solution?
No solution.
Tear everything down.
Tear it down. Tear it down. I love tear it down. Tear it down. Oh yeah.
We should start a chant. Oh, should we try to start it?
Tear it down.
Tear it down. Tear it down.
Start pulling at the things. Let's do a riot out here.
Let's do it. Tear it, and don't say what it is. So like,
they're
secretly
looking for the statue.
Right.
They're looking for it.
Right, like socialism or like picket signs, and then be like, tear it down, and then
I've seen a lot of skateboards. I don't want to get hit in the head with the skateboard. I feel like that could happen pretty easy.
Yeah, there's some sad. Like the woman that was yelling at me was like foaming at the mouth, like kind of like out of a movie.
Let's go home! 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 Let's go home!
I was like,
Hey, come back on the live stream, brother. Yo, people loved you here. You want to get a word in? How your day was? Yeah, people loved you on the live stream. So
You already got me interviewed.
all right, yeah. They want more. You want a word in?
Hello. Feel good. Yeah, what's up? Everybody just love each other. That's it.
Real.
That's it.
That's my guy.
That's it.
You said just love.
At UCLA, we represent love. We're both human beings, and we're like we are different.
So that means you disagree with that.
I didn't say that. It's a sexist answer. I represent love. And that we're more alike than we are different. And that it's no malice between you and I.
I agree with that.
That's all I say.
Leftist bigots go away. Leftist bigots go away.
It's so childish. Hold on, I gotta get more interviews. You got literally like 50-year-old guy jumping up and down with a 20-year-old college student. It's kind of like a dance party. It's cool, but it's just so childish. Anybody wanna get a quick cameo? Say how you feel. Tell me what you love. All right. What's up, brother? You want to get a word on the live stream? Tell me a little something. How you feel about the event? How you feel about live? You got the. You can't really sit here. Let's get in the light real quick. I'm recruit. I don't want to. You want to say hi to live stream? It's all love.
Hi. I would just like to say that because of these dipshit protesters, I wasn't able to get into my event.
Because they were in the way?
Because they
You have a Make America Great Again hat, yeah?
Yes.
And they wouldn't let you in the event?
No, because they were
I'm
too
sorry.
afraid to let anybody
Let's
in
hug it
because
out.
of security reasons.
It's because, I don't know.
They were
But-
afraid of letting anyone else in, thinking that they might be a protester, an Antifa person, or whatever.
It's weird how they keep screaming at everybody, but they don't want to have a conversation.
They do not want to have a conversation.
They don't say anything besides only curse words
They're
and
the,
violence.
they call themselves Antifa, which means anti-fascist,
But
yet
they're
they're
the
the very
real
epitome. The
Yeah.
very epitome of fascism.
It's quite the paradox.
True anti-fascism would be sitting down, talking it out, listening to the person's point of view, and having a dialogue. These people are
They don't
doing the
wanna have
very
a dialogue.
opposite.
Mm.
They're a bunch of, soft skinned little snowflakes need to go to their safe space. And I wish they were at their safe space right now so I can get into my event.
I'm sorry you missed it. We'll make it happen. We'll do something else special. I'm acting like I'm Ellen, like I could do something, but I'm trying to be positive here.
I'm just really upset.
It's okay, but they're losing, because I told them, I was like, don't you think that there could be a left-wing rock star like Ben Shapiro who can like do their own college thing? No, I'm saying don't. Like why isn't there a left-wing rock star like Ben Shapiro? It's because they don't want to rise to that level of being a rock star. They want to just yell at everybody else who is.
They have no argument, therefore they feel the need to silence anyone who does have a legitimate argument as a way of deflecting. I mean, they are truly the emperors who have no clothes, and the way they shield themselves is by getting people to look the other way.
Where are you from originally?
I'm here from here, Los Angeles.
Okay. It's interesting because I know I do news analysis and I have a lot of good people who follow me, and nobody fits the mainstream narrative. But it's interesting going here uncut, and everything you see, there's a lot of Asian Trump supporters. There's a lot of people from different racial religions and genders. Why does the media? Why are they on this horse race or whatever you can say witch hunt to say that they don't exist and that like these people everything's racist and everything's.
Well, look at me. I'm a millennial. I'm brown-skinned. I'm a woman, and I live in LA, and I'm a staunch Trump supporter.
And there's a lot out here.
So
I went to Politicon, and there were more
I
Trump.
shouldn't exist, but I do, and I'm here.
And so do millions of Latinos and everything. At Politicon, there were more Trump supporters than Bernie or Hillary supporters, which made me think, how many are there really? Because this is Los Angeles, and there's more Trump supporters. Even here, I would say there's probably equal. And this is UCLA campus. So if this is Los Angeles, how many there's got to be 100+ million Trump supporters. Because
They're just many of them are afraid to admit that they're Trump supporters because they're afraid of the backlash. Meanwhile, I'm not afraid. Someone can call me whatever names they want, and I've been called just about every name in the book, and it doesn't bother me. It only emboldens me to be all the more outspoken and vocal about my political views and who I support as president.
Do you make videos or anything? Because I have a channel and I have multiple platforms. I can help you get your voice out there if you'd like.
I've made a couple, and they're on Facebook. And it's about this. One of the aspects of my video was about this very thing, about the so-called anti-fascists who are extremely fascist. They silence the opposition instead of hearing them out.
And then they did that today, and you weren't able to get into the event.
We were not able to get into the event. We were a little late, and we were not able to get into the event. And because they were so afraid for security concerns, that they said, nope, we're closing the doors and no one can get in.
Don't get sad. We'll make sure the next Ben Shapiro event we get you tickets.
But for these thin-skinned little...
Everybody loves you on here. They're saying, get her out, because I have a pretty big following.
It's just, I get they have a right to vent, but how about they go vent in their safe space? If they need a safe space so badly, go to it, because this is not it.
Yeah.
Go play with your little stuffed animals and, sip your cocoa and listen to your nursery rhyme music and be done with it. And let those who wanted to hear Ben Shapiro speak, hear him speak. We almost didn't get into the Milo speech, and they were snipers on the roofs, guys on horses. The security was so
they had
intense.
Helicopters here and 100,000. And then the irony is that they're complaining that he made the school pay for it, but I was like, if you guys didn't show up, there wouldn't need to be this much security.
There would not need to be any protesting. There doesn't need to be any protesting. If you don't like it, write a letter. There used to be civility on campuses, and now they're nothing more than indoctrination mills. Where 18 to 20-plus-year-olds go and get nothing but bombarded by leftist, psycho-progressive, godless, socialist ideology.
Do you live on campus?
No, my college.
Do you see it on the streets? Because I don't. Maybe it's because I just have different friends, or but I go out and nobody ever says anything to me. Maybe do you get hassled or?
Sometimes I get hassled.
I also don't have a MAGA hat. If I wore that, especially even though I'm Puerto Rican, I would be a white supremacist for sure.
Oh well, no, it's better than being a house fill in the blank. I won't say it.
It's so
or a coon, or a Jemima, or a white N-word. They blend the two, or a white man's bed winch. You ran back to the slave plantation. I get it all.
That's so rude.
And the crazy thing is that it was the Democrats who owned slaves, and it was the Democrats who founded the KKK after they lost their slaves. And
I almost feel like people are trying to mentally enslave us. When we open our mind, it's like we get pressured by our friends and family. Here, let's turn this way. The lighting's better.
That's what it was. They had the first slavery of chattel, the second slavery of fear for the KKK, for which no Democrat for about I don't know how many decades could get elected president unless they had the full backing of the KKK. No Republican can say that.
And they think there was some big flip, and I got confused for 5 or 10 years, and I was like, but now I could clearly see who.
Yeah. That was the big lie. Dinesh D'Souza, the documentary filmmaker, divulged all that in his new book. The big lie. They never switched. They just duped dumb, brown people into thinking that, yes, I'm calling my ethnicity brown, because how could we forfeit our political souls like that?
And then you find it's interesting because nowadays, if you're black, or I have a Muslim friend who's a big Trump supporter, if you come out and you show love for this country, there's like the Trump supporters are so nice and so welcoming. They don't care about race or religion. They care about values. And it's the left that as soon as you don't agree with them, they
call you a racist.
Ones.
They call you a sexist. They call you a bigot.
And what about this Russia stuff? What's more xenophobic than calling everyone a Russian? Like Bernie Sanders a Russian, Trump's a Russian, I'm a Russian, you're a Russian.
How about bring up the fact that all of their quote-unquote Russia probes led right back to the Democrats' door?
Facts. 20% of the United States
talk about
uranium. But it's weird because these people, they don't care. It's like, you got to think though, it's not as many people as the media says. And I even see it, all they have is that, the celebrity culture and the news. Once that collapses, we're going to realize there's hundreds of millions of the silent majority that really are the heart and soul of this country and the world.
And it will collapse. People are boycotting already the NFL. They're losing their clout. They're losing their credibility. And now they're boycotting Hollywood. Pretty soon, that emperor will be revealed to be as nude as Jaybird. Because people are starting to wake up.
And they're even having all-time low box sales. I think the celebrities are freaking out because they used to have a monopoly on, I'm cool, and now we're cooler than they are. So
how about you just shut up, stick to being the monkey who dances when we play our grinder.
Ooh.
We don't want to hear your political opinions.
Yeah.
If we want to, we'll ask you.
I would just,
Since no one's
I don't
yet,
mind if people get political. The problem is these celebrities just don't know what they're talking about.
Even
I feel like Colin Kaepernick, I think it's great to stand up, but it's I think sometimes he'll say something that's real, but a lot of his stuff is misguided. And then, you have someone like Jim Carrey and Chelsea Handler, and they're 100% trash. Nothing they say makes sense. At least Colin Kaepernick, I've seen 2 interviews where he's made a point. I've never heard anything intelligent or even accurate come out of Chelsea Handler's mouth or
nothing they
Stephen
said
Colbert.
Is true. They all said they were going to South Africa, they were going to Europe, they were going to Canada, and yet none of them are left. They're all still here. We all offered to help them pack their bags, and yet they're still here. So.
And Sarah Silverman did her tour. She's like, I'm going to go to the South and find Trump supporters. But instead of talk to you or talk to me, they go to the South and they're like, I'm dancing with the catfish. It's they kind of make fun of everybody instead of actually helping. And Chelsea Handler's she's like, I'm going to go on a tour. It's a tour to re-justify their feelings and basically frame us as things that we're not. So it's pretty
disgusting.
Weird.
And I could not be more incensed right now that after $40 paying to get last-minute tickets, Ubering all the way out here from the Northridge Valley, that because of a bunch of bonehead protesters who can't seem to get over themselves and the fact that this is not about them. People paid to see this, or people at least took time out of their schedule to come and see Mr. Ben Shapiro speak, that maybe they can just, let the man speak, let whoever wants to hear him hear him, and then maybe.
But that's why they need the megahorns, because they don't have a point. I asked them, why is Trump racist? Why does he say this? And literally, they couldn't give me an answer. It's weird.
But what pisses me off is that they would say, if you ask them, we're fighting for blacks, we're fighting for women, we're fighting for minorities. Well, I'm a black woman.
Yeah.
So you claim to be supposedly fighting for me. You just screwed me royally because now I can't get into the event because of you. How ironic is that?
Well, in every tragedy, there's a blessing. If you were in the event, I probably wouldn't have ran into you. And
that's true.
It's a special moment, and hundreds of people here love you. So.
Oh gosh, well.
No. I mean, it's good people. I have a good audience. I just try to.
They're clearly smart people if they're tuning in. You seem to make a lot of sense.
Oh yeah, and I'll help you if you have any videos and stuff. I've helped. Have you heard of Red Pill Black? She's conservative, but I helped her go viral on Facebook, and I have a platform. I'm willing to give it to anybody. My friend who's Muslim is a Trump supporter. Anybody who's being honest. Anybody who's accurate. I almost say African. Breaking the mold,
I say brown. I mean, I've never even been to that region, so I'd say just call me brown.
No, I just stumbled on accurate. It wasn't even a.
No, but it's true what he said. I thank you that you're at least doing something about getting the word out there that millennials like ourselves, more specifically minority millennials like ourselves, actually have a brain. We actually use it. We're actually independent and free thinkers. And if someone has an interesting point of view, we'd actually like to tune in and hear what they have to say.
Did you see Waka Flocka he had a recent interview. No. Hear me out though. He said in an interview, and it like blew everyone's mind on the left because he was like, I'm not African. And they were like, what do you mean? He was like, I don't subscribe to that. And they were like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm not the black America said I was. And then like, he's like, he had like this spiritual awakening. He's like vegan. And he was on like Breakfast Club or something. They were like, what do you mean? Like, they couldn't fathom what he said. He's like, I'm not African. Like, you guys I'm not this like thing that you're saying I am. It's great because first of all, it's Waka Flocka. You don't expect like a spiritual awakening, but that's what the rap community needs because it's such an echo chamber. I'm a hip hop artist as well. Of course, I don't have the luxury like, you know, I'm gonna get framed if I say something real. I do anyway. I don't really care. But when it comes to Waka Flocka, well, you know, it's already like if I say it, like I get called out.
I'm not too familiar with too much of the urban culture. I'm a Valley girl. I
just mean like framed like for a crime or like, you know, like you get framed like, oh, she's a this, like they
say you did things and you did
exactly, or they like make a story that never existed instead of like listening to you.
It just proves that they have absolutely no legitimate argument at all whatsoever. All they can do is name call, deny, and deflect. That's literally all they have. And people like myself drive them crazy because they can't call me a racist because they have it in their head, this myth that brown people cannot be racist, when in fact we're among the most racist. They have it in their head, which is also a myth, that women cannot be sexist, when in fact we're among the most sexist. Wow. And they have it in their mind.
That's real and rare talk.
I
feel like the scales have flipped as well, where
they really have.
The super feminists seem to be the most. I was like, are you pro women or do you just hate men? Like when it gets to that.
I think to truly be pro women would to not murder half of the women before they're even born. You know, and it's brown women who are targeted the most by Planned Parenthood. I mean, Margaret Sanger was an avowed eugenist who took all of her pages out of the Hitler playbook in terms of eugenism.
Wow, that's real.
She
Same
said
with the media; they're playing straight out of the Nazi
people,
playbook.
human beings.
Oh no! Fuck! Give my camera! Give my camera! Give my camera, please!
This is what I'm talking about, people.
Do you see this?
This is what I'm talking about.
If she disrespects this beautiful, amazing young woman,
I'm not even like of anything. I just want to know, like, obviously you're gonna support Trump because you have the hat on. What do you support about him?
I support his policies.
Okay, wait. One more thing. Did you like? This is not to be disrespectful or anything. Like, have you been to college or anything, or do you have any educational background history? Like high school, obviously, maybe.
Yes, of course. I went directly into the work field right after.
After high school? So you never went back to like a university or anything like that?
That's your first concern and your first question?
Exactly. Right. But you're not her. Sorry. Thank you. Carry on.
Okay.
I went into the work field. I've been working for a long time. Did some King's College for a while, but and I'm now going back to study in high school because I want to quit my education.
Yes, you need to.
But it's because I'm already quite highly educated that I voted for Donald Trump. I wanted him to run for president for quite some time.
Right, and what is it about him that you really like appreciate? Like, what does he do for the country right now that other presidents haven't done? Like, what does he do?
Well, for one thing, he's not a pussycat.
He's not a pussy. What's a pussy?
He says what he means, and he means what he says. And he's the kind of person who takes charge. He brings the fight to our enemies before they can bring it to us.
Yeah, but my question was like, what is he doing? Like, what are the?
Well, he's already seen record growth in job creation, if that's what you're asking. Okay. He's already set to build our wall. And
what's the wall for?
Yeah. I can understand that you have been told by many people that it's about race. I assure you it's not. It's a matter.
Wait, you guys. Wait, hold on.
Obama deported about 2 to 3 million people.
We're talking to her. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I guess that's fine.
You can look. Your viewers can look at her.
I'm just saying. Yeah, go ahead. Let her do her thing.
So the wall.
Very rude, but
right. You're in support of the wall. Like, you're saying it needs to be built, right?
Well, yes.
Right. And then why is it need to be built again?
Well, because we have upwards of 20+ million illegal aliens, regardless of their
aliens. Illegal aliens.
Yes.
Right.
You seem to have a bit of hostility. I'm not sure.
Not hostility. I'm just repeating what you said to like people in the back in here because it's kind of loud around here. So you just said basically like
loud
we have like 12. How many? 12 what? 12 million
or actually more than double that.
Double that.
You see, it's not a matter of ethnicity. If Sweden that is blue-eyed and blonde were our southern neighbor, and there were 20+ million of them.
What are they doing here that's such a problem?
Do you think cartels exist or no?
Let me finish.
Sorry, you're right. I'm not. Go ahead. Carry on.
I think you could let me finish. If there were 20+ million of them here illegally, not assimilating, very little English spoken, putting our economics, our academics, and our welfare system into chaos, then we probably would not have, would be the same thing.
You are aware that mostly white people get welfare, right?
Yes.
What's the percentage?
So then what are you talking
Why
about?
should I not care about them?
What are you
No, I said
talking
you.
about?
We care about all people. No matter ethnicity. It has nothing to do with that. I just want to know like the facts. I want to know the facts. If that's a fact for you, that immigrants are coming here and
it's the fact, period.
Okay. What else is Trump doing? What is he doing in support of women?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He's not in support of millions of them being murdered in the womb.
In the womb?
Yes. Perhaps maybe you're not aware, but Margaret Sanger, who is the founder of Planned Parenthood, was an avowed eugenist. She believed that colored people were human weeds that needed to be exterminated, and yet it's people like Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and Joe Biden and the like who were for her, who championed her, a woman who championed a racist like Margaret Sanger. As a brown woman, I very much am for to see other brown women get to be conceived, carried, and born.
But what about the brown women that are already conceived, carried, born here, and people give no fucks about them? They don't have food, they don't have clean water. Education isn't relevant. I'm talking about the children here. Yeah, in America. Makes America, what about here? What's happening to the people that are already born?
Unfortunately,
what's happening with that? I just want to know.
This might not seem extremely convenient to hear, but quite a majority of brown people's problems are because they bought into leftist ideologies from many decades ago, and now here we are.
What does it have to do with the children? But what we're talking about, I want to bring it back to the topic that you're talking about. Obviously, you're against abortion. But I'm talking about the children that are already, right? You have the right to be, against it. Why would you be? Right.
Why wouldn't?
But like you were saying, get the camera here, yeah. So you were saying that, that you care about brown people being conceived, being born, being brought to this planet. I definitely agree. But what about the people that are already here, that already went through that process of being conceived, that are born, that have no clean water, no education, no food?
I highly doubt.
So what about that?
I highly doubt that anyone here outside of Flint, Michigan is suffering from lack of clean water.
Really?
And the main reason why Flint, Michigan is suffering is because it fell
what about education?
victim to liberal policies.
Oh, okay.
Liberal policies are the culprit, not conservatives, not Donald Trump, and not Ben Shapiro, who I was supposed to actually go and see, but because of the barrage of unnecessary protest.
Unnecessary?
I was not
Do you believe in a democracy?
Actually, we're a constitutional republic.
But let me ask you this one more time, because I think that we kind of just got steered away. I asked you about the children here that are already born, that already live, and have access to absolutely nothing.
I don't believe that this is the richest country on the planet. And if we are so...
It is rich. It is. I'm agreeing with you. It's rich. We still have communities that don't have anything.
Those communities need to finally adhere to the fact that it's conservative ideologies and a Republican platform that can lift them out of poverty, that can lift them out...
Why haven't they done it then?
Chaos, because so many brown people in the urban communities will not give Republicans a chance. And yes, Republicans themselves are guilty of not venturing out into those urban areas because they think, oh, well, they're not going to listen to me. They're not going to hear what I have to say. And it's true. Unfortunately, both sides are right and wrong at the same time. They won't give the Republicans a shot. The Republicans know that, so they're not going to spread their numbers. They're not going to spread their energy and overextend themselves, people who they figure are not going to give them a shot anyway. So they focus to their base. And because neither one is willing to budge, nothing unfortunately gets done.
So you're telling me that Republicans have access?
I'm not done. But because the establishment Republicans are not in need. They are not in dire need.
We know.
It is,
right.
Neither are the Democratic elites. They're not in need. But the urban communities are the ones that are in need. So if they really want the kind of change they say
urban
they do,
communities are in need?
Yes. They're in need. A lot of various brackets that would not listen to a conservative speaker are in need. They're in need academically.
What does that have to do with the children being born in America that don't have access to education, don't have access to food, don't have access to...
If they're in need, then if I were them, I would say, okay, you know what? I've been doing this, that, and the other for 50, 60 plus years. Nothing has changed. Maybe I should just give the other side a shot. like Trump said, what do they have to lose?
Wait, but Flint happened under a Republican governor, so how do you justify that?
Was it a real Republican or was it a Rhino? That's what you got to ask. That's
How
what
do you
gotta
distinguish
ask.
between the two?
Right.
You have all the answers, Sway.
I don't have all the answers. I'm simply someone. Well, I would have had a little more had I been able to hear.
You should have
Ben
arrived
Shapiro
early.
speak. Actually, I was here early. My friend who had our tickets arrived late, and because of the barrage of protesters who may
guys are always
have the right to assemble, I was not able to get in.
Partly paid
But
for
what
this
happened to Flint?
Because we partly paid for this shit. That's why we're
wonderful,
protesting.
but see,
because we paid our money for you to
What
see
are
that
you
douchebag.
doing? Okay. Can I ask you a question then? What makes Ben Shapiro? Have you ever met him? Have you ever talked to him?
You haven't
What
either.
makes-
He said?
I was supposed to tonight.
You didn't meet him.
Hey,
Have you met him?
lady, do you have YouTube on your phone?
What makes
Have you seen him speak?
What makes him a douchebag? And I appreciate you back up.
I know that you. Okay, since you support the movement of Megaphone, you support the movement of black women, right?
This is why education is crucial. I hope people out there get that at the end of the day.
Listen.
This is why like education needs to be.
After her whole, you think a personal attack was appropriate?
It doesn't matter.
You're screaming, and you're personally attacking her. It's interesting.
How saying education is important is attacking somebody? If that's an attack, that's
Well,
really
I mean,
sad.
it was kind of a subtle
No,
blow.
it wasn't.
That's
I
why
just think education is important. It was a statement.
And he's
It was
yelling.
a statement. Education's important. People on here need to know
You guys are
that.
very angry that your girl
I'm not
lost.
angry. I'm just sitting here.
She
talking.
lost. What do you mean?
I don't even care about American politics. I'm South fucking Korean. I'm South Korean, but I think what I know with education is that Trump is a little douchebag, and that guy that you're supporting, Ben.
If you hate it so much here, why don't you go back?
Okay, why do you freaking care? I paid for my own fucking education here. Did you pay tuition here? Why are you on our campus?
Because I have a right
Why
to
are you on our campus?
She wants to get educated by us.
Listen, she bought tickets to see Ben Shapiro, buddy.
I know, we only pay for the fucking
Because you
ticket.
guys won't shut the fuck up. If you guys knew how to debate and actually,
Are you telling us to shut the fuck up in our own fucking campus?
Thank you. You wanted
can
this.
talk
You
all
can
day.
go home. You can go home. Okay? This is our fucking campus. This is a fucking Jewish campus. You can take your ass over to your home.
I'm saying
I live here. So I paid my place here. I paid my place here.
While we are here, this is our home.
You can take your ass over to your
I'm trying to
home.
talk to you and have a conversation.
I'm
While we
saying
pay
the
tuition,
reason that it costs $100,000 because most time people speak at college universities. I'm just being honest. I don't really even care. I don't have a big agenda here. But most time people speak at college universities, it doesn't cost $100,000 because people don't freak out and get violent. But with Ben Shapiro, you can't say the same. So the reason I know you were. You guys were amazing today. You guys were peaceful, and I appreciate it. But that's why there's $100,000 because at Ben Shapiro events, you could say it's because of his speech. You could say it's because of the reaction. But if nobody came to Ben Shapiro events, if nobody ever protests, one, you're making him more famous, literally. You're making him more famous and successful because now he's in every news. He's in the LA Times. He's in the Huffington Post. He's all over. You're making him more famous.
More infamous, you mean?
More
There's a
famous.
difference
I'm
between
saying
famous
famous.
and infamous.
No.
Do you know vocabulary?
You're literally, it's the same way you elected Donald Trump
There
by
is a difference between famous and infamous, okay?
Well, I'm saying $100,000 and the
He's
fact...
more infamous for being a douchebag.
Well, then you're making him more infamous, if that's the word you want to use. I'm
Okay,
just saying,
have you heard what he said?
yes, and the things that I don't agree with him, guess what? I'm my own political speaker. I'm doing very well because unlike you, I don't scream. Well, listen to me. You scream for an hour. Listen, you scream for an hour. The reason I don't hate because I do disagree. I think when he speaks about transgenders, I don't agree with how he speaks about it. But guess what? I'll go talk to him on the stage, and I have a platform to do that. So instead of yelling on the street, I'll have a conversation with him. I'm going to. And just like that, with a good argument, see, they let me speak for 1 minute, and
Hey guys,
nearly everybody's gone.
if you guys ever want to get educated, come to UCLA when things like this are happening. So you know, we can teach you guys for free because obviously we pay tuition here, and a lot of ignorant people come here, so we can educate them. Just so you know.
I spoke for 2 minutes, and everybody cleared out because no one can have a conversation.
Because there's nothing else to say. We have nothing else to say.
Can we have a hug?
No, I don't.
All right, well, that's fine.
Why would I hug
Let's have a debate then. How do you feel?
I have midterms tomorrow, and he wants to debate with me.
I mean, you spoke for 20 minutes. I said 2 things. I literally spoke for a minute, and everyone ran away because they can't even debate with me. I understand. Well, I understand I'm a high-level debater, but yeah. I mean,
let me give it a try then.
Okay. Well, how do you feel? How do you feel about Ben Shapiro in the event?
Well, I'm not a fan of Ben Shapiro. I don't really. I've heard him talk in some of his points. I see how they make sense to other people, but for me personally, I don't really go with what he talks about.
Do you think he has the right to speak?
Everyone has the right to speak.
Do you think the protesters? Do you agree with them for protesting?
Yeah, they have the right to speak, but the thing is, when you have the right to speak, you also have the right to think about what you're saying and seeing how it comes out to everyone.
Do you think though? Because here's my thing. Even with Trump, like personally, be honest, I didn't vote for Donald Trump, but I think the haters make him more successful. I think the fact that people protest, one, it cost them $100,000 because now it's this big event that it never would have been if there was no counter protest, and now also he's in all the newspapers, so they make him more famous, more successful. They make him more money. They waste their money. They waste their time. They waste their effort. They could be building a business. They could be working a job. They could be making their own YouTube page to be a left-wing Ben Shapiro. But these people, they don't have that. You know, they don't have that moxie, so they don't have the ability to do that.
I don't know if it's about not having moxie, but I think it's.
Well, then why are they not, like, to me? I don't know. I don't protest people. I debate people because I have my own platform to do so. Because I created it myself from my couch with no money. I don't come from a lot of money. I don't come from great wealth or great connections. But I'm not a hater. I'm not a crab. I don't drag other people down. I agree that some things he says are, but how is this? What is all this doing? How is this?
You're focusing on the part with all the screaming and the yelling.
Well, that's all they've done the whole time.
Yeah, but what about the circle over there? Have you seen the one guy who was arguing? They were having an informed debate. There was even a bit of a good debate over here too.
Absolutely. But once I started debating, everyone ran away because they had nothing to say. Like, you know, they knew how to like work the girl I was with, but as soon as I came in, I would speak for 2 minutes and they ran away because I'm you know, intellectually on another level.
I think they were more focused on her. Like.
No, I know, but once it came to me though, like, you know, it really kicked in overdrive, and they were like, "Oh no, I don't have anything to say."
Okay, all right. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So, what did you think was gonna what did you want to do today? Like when you came down here, did you just want to have an informal debate or like spark a little controversy or anything like that?
My friend does interviews, and he was like, "Come down, I'll get you on it." So I have a Facebook channel. So then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just live stream. To be honest, my whole goal is love, peace, truth, wisdom, knowledge. That's more important to me than even politics. I want to spread good vibes, good energy, help our own communities, and I really did want to speak to people because even I get the left side. I understand. Trust me. Like, there's things that Ben Shapiro says. I want to debate Ben Shapiro. Like, to be honest, I don't see eye to eye with him on everything. I think I could beat Ben Shapiro in a debate. So, you know,
did you buy a ticket to go see him?
No, I just came out here, so I feel, but the level of rudeness that people had, and there is ignorance on both sides, but, you know, people assume that they're, you know, very hateful, and even to her with the hat, it's like, you know, she came over very, like, side-handed or underhanded, like, you know.
Oh, so you weren't with her? I thought you were like, I don't know.
I just met her, but at the same time, I think she's very intelligent and she has a unique perspective, and I think society puts us in these boxes based on our race, religions, and genders, and as soon as we are what they don't want them to be, they freak out one way or the other, you know, whether it's Trump or like, hey, I like video games and I'm supposed to be a lawyer or something.
All right, I just have a question. You say you didn't vote for Trump. That's irrelevant. But what do you feel about how he's doing right now?
I'm very impressed, honestly. I thought way worse was going to happen, but I feel like the news skews everything out of proportion. I definitely think he doesn't know how to communicate to people, to his haters. It's almost like he's fighting them, kind of like here, two sides. But a lot of things he did, I think he's an anti-establishment candidate. The Republicans hate him, the Democrats hate him.
But that's a good thing? That have his own party hate him?
I think these people have been collaborating with foreign countries and corporations for 20 plus years, so they have this big criminal enterprise, and Donald Trump's ruining it all.
Because of that, nothing's really getting done, like the healthcare bill. There's been so many different versions coming through, and nothing's getting done right now.
Healthcare is a disaster. They don't want that bill to come through. That's a sticky subject, but I think a lot of other things, foreign policy, I think he's doing a great job. He ended the regime change war in Syria and helped out the Syrians. I think in Asia he's doing a good job. I think he's ridiculous with the North Korea stuff, but in turn, I think it takes crazy to beat crazy, so I think he can be the one to get peace with Kim Jong-un. I have faith.
So you think long term, this term, like
long term,
he's going to do good?
I think he's going to be the best president ever, and I didn't vote for him. I came from a left-leaning ideology. I feel like the media is very negative. I'm also very optimistic, very spiritual, so even if Hillary Clinton won, I wasn't going to let it bring me down.
That's
Can I ask you a
Yeah, of course.
Can we, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, how you doing?
I just wanted to see if we could, find common ground about something?
That's what it's about.
Yeah, because I feel like the most important thing right now is like shouting matches. They sound the same now. And it sounds just like Donald Trump's Twitter like responses.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So,
I didn't want to get hit. That kid was yelling at me, so I had to up my my testosterone levels balance, and it's like
I understand. Yeah, you get.
But I think to me, because I really consider myself as centrist as possible. Sorry, brother. I didn't. God bless. No, you're good. But I think the left and the right, they have a lot of similarities. They want peace, freedom, equality. They're both anti-establishment. It's just people have a different perspective of who is truly, running the operation here. Yeah. So to me, I think it's the same thing. Everybody wants the same thing. So I think we have a lot of common ground.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just, I just think, instead of sparking debates and kind of these clashes that sound the same in like any echo
find
chamber.
common ground, and us fix our communities. I know Donald Trump's not going to do that much in our community.
But they started yelling during the debates, and I couldn't hear. And then
how many viewers do you have?
I have 855 right now, but I get millions sometimes thousands.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Facebook. An0maly. An0maly.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Trump, but like I feel like we need to be civil about it. Like, and this year, the last 2 years have been some of the worst like I've ever seen. Like the worst.
And my parents voted for Trump. Like they did. They believed in what he was talking about, and obviously I didn't agree, but like I didn't yell and scream at my parents.
I'll tell you what too, that the media, a lot of their freak out, like people, their personal opinions. I think there's a lot of great left-leaning people who don't like Trump, who dislike him for the right reasons. Yeah. But the media, I think they're freaking out because they've always had complete monopoly on our thoughts. They've had whatever they said about Syria. That's all we knew about Syria because we didn't have the internet.
For all types of media, though.
Oh, totally, yeah. They're all, I don't even own a TV, to be honest. But I think that's why they're freaking out, and that's why the division's bubbling. And I think both sides are totally playing to it. Even here, you do have far-right people coming out. It's not just good conservatives. There's a lot of, extreme far-right people here adding fuel to the fire. So I think the media, even social media, I think Facebook and Twitter is trapping us. Every headline is divisive. Even if I disagree or agree with it, I think it's their attempt because they're kind of losing power. Or they're just so stubborn, Even Trump, he's a stubborn guy, but he's winning. And then you have the stubborn losers. It's like it's a big game. And for sure, people are acting like children out here, yelling at each other. And I like your perspective. What's your name?
My name's Mateo.
Okay, AJ or Anomaly. What's your name?
Precious.
All right, thank you so much. It's An0maly on Facebook.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I try to be nice about it. But,
yeah, you seem like you're doing pretty.
All right,
good
thank
work.
you. Yeah, got heated there. I feel bad because he started screaming at me. So I got a little heated, but. I appreciate you guys calming me down, brought me back down to earth.
Something like that was bound to happen, no matter what we're talking about.
Well, thank you so much. I think people on the live stream appreciate you guys. And check out my page too. And I'm in LA. I'm definitely trying to bring people together.
Do you go here?
I don't. I live not too far. Though.
Wait, what are...
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Wait, so they're just standing there?
That was cool. All right. I think I'm about to close down this live stream. It got a little bit intense. I'm sorry I lost my cool. I tried to give out free hugs. I know they do that at some events, like to ease the tension, but that wasn't working. Overall, a cool day. A lot of interesting stuff. A lot of good and bad. Hey, what happened? You got in a fight?
I got hit by a car. Stay safe.
He got hit by a Trump supporter. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, he was a Trump supporter.
I'm just playing. No, he said he got hit by a car. I'm making stuff up, starting conspiracies. But overall, it was a good day. I think people need to debate more. I'm a little sad. I was really coming with the heat there, and they all kind of ran away from me like the second I started talking. But in general, a lot of good energy out here, a lot of weird energy, a lot of bad, socialist crabby energy. But at the core of it, I do think we all want the same things, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go to events like this or not. Let me know in the comments if you guys like this live stream, and if you did, I'll go to more, and hopefully we can make some progress into not having people scream at each other and act like 2-year-olds. I'm going to post my link below. How are you? I'm going to post my link below, and if you would like to donate to my news analysis, it's 100% people funded. Real quick, we got some love. What's your name?
Royal.
Nice to meet you. I'm AJ. I got to shake left hand because I'm writing.
Okay.
How do you want to get a word in? How you feel about it? Well, is that a barbed? Okay. I thought that was a barbed wire. I was like, I'm not trying to get.
How do I feel about it? Why would it
Yeah.
be a barbed wire?
I don't know, but doesn't it look like it though? Doesn't it look like it? It's a Ben Shapiro event. They got helicopters. They got barbed wire.
Okay, so I have one thing for you guys. You guys say you built. Well, her main reason for building the wall was because the Mexicans they come and take our welfare benefits, right? Is that
here's my thing, because I'm part Puerto Rican. I have Mexican family. My stepfather came over under a train when he was 13. I have 2 siblings from Mexico, so I have family from there. My stepfather actually loves Trump.
What are they saying?
All right, hear me out. I'm
listening.
Right.
No, I'm listening. Okay. I'm just reading.
The wall, in my opinion, I was never a big fan when he was first talking about it. Okay. But the truth is, we have an issue where millions of people come over. Obama deported 2 to 3 million.
Okay, but that's a lot of countries.
No, totally. But,
immigration is a problem around the world.
Here's the thing to me. There's some people, unfortunately, that come, go back. Everybody is not a great citizen. There are going to be criminals. There's a huge cartel problem. And even the possibility that the United States government is working with the cartels. So if you're going to have a situation where...
your president?
Well, I'm saying, listen, I'm saying if there's a situation where there's millions of people coming illegally, they keep sending people back and forth, there's cartels and stuff, it's just a common sense thing to me to build a wall. I'm not like, build a wall, like that's not my thing, that's not who I am. I wasn't appealed to it, I didn't vote for him, I wasn't like, yeah, it's not my ideology, but I see it as a common sense thing where I'm like, there's people from Colombia, Brazil, every Uber and Lyft driver I have, it comes from South America and they've been here for 1 or 2 years. We have people from Europe, from the Middle East, from Canada, who have to wait 5 or 10 years with a visa. We have an excess of people who want to come to the United States. We're one of the best countries in the world, so everybody wants to come here. So why not?
So why deny them from the benefits that we're getting?
But what if
the benefits that black people fought for? Yeah. I mean,
here's the thing that I'm saying though. It's not even a race thing to me. Like if Europeans, like say from the UK, were just coming over on boats illegally by like the millions, I would say send them back too, and have a marine base or something to keep them out. So it has nothing to do with race to me.
It's xenophobic.
How's that xenophobic?
I mean, you're saying you don't want other people in your country. That's
I'm saying legally. We have
You're afraid of other cultures.
No, I'm not afraid at all. How did you take that out of anything I said?
Because
I want people
you say you don't want Europeans.
No.
You don't want them in our country.
If they were coming on boats illegally. There's tens of millions of people coming with visas.
The process of coming over here has been made so hard for people that they have no other choice but to come here illegally.
And once they're here, they start the process of making their paperwork happen. But how is that a problem?
I mean, it's the same reason I want politicians to go to jail.
But how does that affect you? How does that affect you?
Well, when you have millions of people coming here illegally, it affects the economy. It affects people. There's a lot of families that have had their people killed by, illegal immigrants.
And there's a lot of people being killed by
people. There's a lot of people being killed by white people.
I'm saying
the shooting that happened in Texas. That's a lot of people.
But I'm saying
my
stepfather, who's Mexican though, he says, he's like, you know what? I want them to build a wall. He wants them to more than me. So it's just a common sense thing. If people are
here
coming,
come the labels. What labels?
If people are coming over to me, okay, there's 50 million people trying to come to the United States. I want the people that are filling out the paperwork. They're probably going to be the most educated, the better. If you just let a bunch of cartels, of course,
you're saying you don't want dumb people here?
Cartels don't need to come to the United States.
There should be a law. Like, okay,
a law of what?
What's your name?
Your house. How much room do you have in your apartment?
What do you mean? Apartment? I don't have an apartment. Why'd you assume that?
I'm saying, where do you guys live? How much room do you have in there?
I had to have an apartment.
Well,
I live in the house and I bought that house.
Oh, that's great. I figured you lived on campus. I don't know. I'm on a college campus. Okay, so your house. Isn't there a lot of space? Isn't there a lot of? Okay, it's even better.
You would have said your dorm.
Okay, so now
you wouldn't have said your
apartment.
You've already accused
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what you said.
Will you let me speak or not?
Microaggressions.
You didn't even let me speak. Okay, so wouldn't you say that you have a lot of room in your house that homeless people don't have on the street?
Okay.
Why don't you let 15 homeless people live in your house?
Because you do small amounts of work to help.
No, but I know, but I'm saying, but you have space in your house. You don't want to help them? What are you, anti-homeless?
No, I help homeless people.
No, but you should let them live in your house. No, but you have a house though. You should let them live in your house. Wait,
Okay, but I bought my house.
No, leave your door open.
My mother bought her. My mother bought our house
that America is just. Why do you make that sort of like analogy of America
I'm just
a
saying,
house? Like America is such a big country.
How
are you making an analogy to a house?
And her house is a lot bigger than the street or that the homeless people live on in their tent.
Okay, definitely not.
It's not bigger than the tent?
To let 15 people come in your house.
What about the illegal immigrants? Why don't you let them live there? There's some that are living, 6, 7 per room. Why don't you let them live in a spare room or in your living room.
Because
I'm gonna hit you with some
and other things.
No, I'm gonna hit you with
No,
some
I'm just curious because I feel like you have a lot more than them. America, we have a lot more than what the people are fleeing. So we should help them out, and I agree. You should home people. You should house people.
Can you listen to me?
Yeah,
My
sure.
mother has a house.
Okay.
In the garage of her house,
Microaggressions that he assumed. Yes, microaggressions that he assumed I live in an apartment because I'm black. I have to live in an apartment. No, my mom bought her house with her hard-working money.
We're on a college campus. I just assumed that you live.
But a college dorm is called a dorm, and everyone knows that. And everyone calls it a dorm.
Now that you're clarifying yourself, and you're using a dorm as an example, we wouldn't even be able to bring people out from outside.
So what do you want me to say? Do you want me to say place of living to make you feel better?
But a dorm is unrealistic to bring someone who's homeless into a dorm because that just wouldn't even work with the school.
If someone says to me, "Hey, you have roommates," I don't assume. Oh, you think I don't have roommates, bro? Like, come on, I live by myself. I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, because he said something about microaggressions because he assumed. Yeah, microaggressions because he assumed I live in an apartment. I wouldn't.
I didn't assume. I just asked. I don't know. Like, it's not.
Why would you? But why would that be the first thing you ask? I'm pretty sure if you had a white friend, you'd say house, not an apartment.
To be honest, all my friends out here live in apartments. I don't have a single friend that owns a house.
No,
I have like 30, 40 friends and they all live in apartments.
Are you a Trump
I don't know. Huh?
Are you even a Trump supporter?
I think he's doing a great job. I didn't vote for him, but I think he's doing really good. And I think people like you are the reason he's going to win 8 years because you can't even have a conversation without screaming racist, sexist, and xenophobic.
Don't get me wrong.
But I'm saying you just
I know
did
that Trump is doing good things. No, don't get me wrong. Listen to me.
Yeah.
I know that Trump is doing good things. I know what he's doing with the adoptive.
But I'm saying people like you are why he's going to win.
Adoptive care? Do you know what he's doing with the adoptive care?
I do not.
Okay, exactly. You don't even know what your own president is doing.
Adoptive care?
I don't even support Trump, and I know exactly what he's doing.
He's doing tens of thousands of things.
You don't know what he's doing.
Let us know, please. I'm learning every day.
That is one thing I do support.
I'm not a beacon of all knowledge.
He's allowing for foster kids to get to a greater education, to get to college, to get to do things. You don't even know this about your own president.
That's amazing.
Because you even have him in a box. You even have him under this box
I don't know everything.
What are Trump's main supports?
I've never claimed to know. I learn every day. I love learning from you. Thank you. Huh?
What does Trump support? What are his main focus of support? I want to see where your mentality is.
I mean, he's got a lot on his plate. He's the president of the United States. He's got foreign policy. He's got domestic policy. He's got tax care. He's got health. So, I mean, it's military. It's a huge... He's got a bunch of things. You know? Do you have anything else to add? I think it's... I'm glad
this conversation is pretty done. I lived in an apartment. What does being black have to do with it?
What happened? I left for a second.
Because a lot of people assume that black people
live in apartments.
A lot of people assume that I have to rent. I'm renting wherever I live. I own it. And that's why being black has to do with... That's a microaggression. For you to say that, you're in a sunken place.
What do you mean? You called me racist. You called me xenophobic because I said that if...
I never called you racist. I called you xenophobic.
Yeah, xenophobic. But racist is not the same thing.
I said you are giving off microaggressions, which you are.
Because xenophobia is just the fear of anything other than
I know it's
what is your country.
And that's exactly what you're saying. Hello. You don't want other people in our country.
Yeah.
Hey, these are my friends.
Okay.
Okay, so he assumed I lived in an apartment.
Why are you being
Isn't
so
that
rude?
a microaggression because I'm black? I have to live in an apartment.
I just live in an apartment.
Exactly.
I asked.
No, he said you live in an apartment, right? Microaggressions because I'm black. I have to live in an apartment.
It's getting weird.
Okay.
I feel like.
Yeah, no, you should stop recording.
I didn't bring up race one time. I didn't bring up ethnicity. I didn't bring up cultures. And you called me xenophobic, and now you're literally just non-stop talking about it.
But you do realize that that's the biggest issue in terms of trust, right?
What?
Like that's the biggest issue in terms of trust. Race.
Okay, but why don't you want these people,
inequality?
Why don't you want these people here though? I really don't understand that.
I literally said it's not that I don't want people here. if you ask me why that would make sense, I'm telling you it's a common sense thing. It's like
you don't want the dumb people here.
Why do we? France not doing that.
Why don't we just put? Why don't we
Germany
just put? Why don't we just put
Thailand?
And
Italy.
Let's look at France and Germany in 10 years and see how they're doing. Because Google Sweden grenade attacks, and they've had like 80 grenade attacks in the past 3 years out of nothing.
And who is it from though?
I mean, they brought in a lot of migrants from countries.
Are you sure?
I'm 100%.
Immigrants? I mean, I'm guessing you're assuming that.
I mean, you could look at the chart yourself and come up to your own conclusions. I'm accountable for mine, but you have to understand, in certain countries that are war-torn and there's things going on, And ISIS is literally in Syria and Iraq.
Universal welfare.
And
What about universal health care? Do you believe in universal
You know, it's
health
the
care?
media that makes you afraid of ISIS. Do you even
No,
know
can you-
the
did you even
back,
let me- can you let me-
do
can you let me
know the
speak?
back evidence of ISIS?
Yeah,
like, people are so
No,
afraid
no,
of
listen.
ISIS because the media is
I
telling
know
them to be.
probably-
But do you even know what their point is? Do
What's
you
their
even
point?
know
Do you know
their
what their reason to do all
Alright,
these things that they're doing is?
Since you're gonna cut me off and not even let me explain to you, which probably I could tell you
Because
something
they-
that you never knew. but
Okay,
it
no,
doesn't
tell
matter.
me. Tell me
I'm
something I
saying
never knew.
in countries like Iraq and Syria,
Okay.
under the Obama administration, all of a sudden ISIS took over major cities in these countries. So when Trump gets into office, he's dealing with certain countries that their entire cities are taken over by ISIS, regardless of what you think of them. So when you get people to come to the United States, they don't have the proper identification because their country is not a proper country. Their passport agencies are not run by the government anymore. They've been overtaken by terror organizations. So when you now bring in people and Trump says, hey, let's think about it for 8 months, and everyone's like, oh my God, that's racist and xenophobic. It's a little ridiculous because you probably had no idea that passport agencies in Syria.
War. If you know what the problem is with a lot of people,
Well,
we
homeless
haven't
people are
experienced
escaping
our
homelessness. Let them
generations.
live in your house.
We haven't experienced war firsthand in forever, and that's what we don't get.
That's
we
why
haven't
we don't
actually
sympathize.
seen death.
That's why we
There's
don't
people-
sympathize with-
there's people
Are you grateful
who
every
don't even-
morning to be alive?
Oh, yes, I am.
Food, water, shelter. We're
yes,
blessed.
I am.
Billions,
But listen,
billions of people don't have
but you
that.
guys don't want people who are experiencing that. There's little kids that don't even go outside their house because they're afraid.
Oh, I know.
Of being
I know.
bombed.
Trust
Of
me.
war. Of
And
U.S.-backed air missiles
Yes.
that might kill them and their parents.
And a regime
And that's
change
what-
war that,
and
that
so
United States
you're saying
politicians.
you don't want them, you
United
don't
States,
want those children, and you don't want those people to get away from that
No, I do.
because they're taking your benefits, they're taking all the stuff you have. You have
Do
$100,
you wanna hear?
and they're
Do you
taking
wanna listen?
$2, and that's such a problem.
Well, guess what?
Because I don't know them.
Well, the CIA had an operation to fund moderate rebels in Syria. Once Trump got into office, he overturned that policy, and then ISIS got kicked out of Syria, and now hundreds of thousands of refugees. Guess what? They're not refugees anymore. Don't you think that's a
Okay,
little...
but
Wait, listen. Don't you think that's a little...
Okay, but
Listen to me. They went back
Their
to their
cities are
home.
bombed.
Why do you assume that they want to come to...
Which
Have
homes?
you
If
seen
their
a picture?
cities are
Have you seen a picture of Syria? Do you think it's all bombed? Do you think
She's been to Syria.
It's a beautiful place where they celebrate Christmas.
She's been to
and
Syria.
religiously
What do you
tolerant.
mean?
You have?
She's been to Syria,
Okay,
so she
well,
understands like the destruction that is there.
People want to
She's seen
rebuild
it
their homes,
firsthand.
and people want to live in their own country. They don't want to
some
be
people
refugees.
don't want to live through that every day and
If
see
Obama
those
and Hillary
memories
don't
every
destroy their
day.
countries,
so
they don't have to be
we're denying them
refugees.
access to a better life because of their ethnicity and because of their background, because of where they were
Yes,
born.
we should help people, but if we don't screw up their country in the first place, we don't need to have a refugee crisis. The refugee crisis was accelerated by
if we
bad
don't-
U.S.
if we
foreign
don't-
policy.
So why do we need to increase the military budget if we don't want to interfere in
foreign nations?
In foreign nations, why
I'm
do we
saying,
need to?
why did Obama and Hillary kill Gaddafi in Libya and kill Saddam Hussein in Iraq and leave a power vacuum for ISIS to take over? And why were they trying to kill Bashar al-Assad in Syria?
Okay, I'm not saying.
I'm not
I
saying
agree
that
every-
Hillary and Barack are good. We're
I'm
not
not
saying
saying-
that. We're just saying
No,
that
I'm just
Trump
saying,
is no better.
but don't you think that...
We're just saying Trump
Don't
is no
you think
better.
in a good world that there might not need to be so many refugees? And even now, we don't have as big of a refugee crisis as we did. I mean, there's certain parts,
But what you have
Yemen
to understand
and
is that
Somalia,
the
that
only
are
reason
a
that
tragedy.
the only reason that you don't see the refugee crisis is because you're not in these places.
Who said I didn't see it though? I just spoke
You
about
see-
it for 5 minutes.
Okay, but it's because violence has been so desensitized.
No, I
and
know- I
death
know,
has
I
been
talk
so
about it.
desensitized
Like, we
that
just
you don't
think,
really
oh, they
think
died.
about it.
I know. I think
yeah,
about it.
people
I talk
die,
about it.
but no,
So
they
I
will
do
never
for-
wake up. There's children,
No, I know.
babies,
When did I
mothers,
say that no?
daughters.
We just spoke about it
sons.
for 10 minutes. I know.
Okay.
Trust me.
Who have died and will never come back to life.
Absolutely.
So the
Because
idea
there's
of
a
death
huge-
and violence in
there's
these
a
foreign
huge
countries has
multiple
only been
wars.
desensitized because we don't feel it here.
Well, I'm not
That's the only
desensitized
reason.
by it. I've spoken
Okay,
about it
so
for
then
years.
when we can help them, why are you refusing it?
We can help them by not destroying their homes.
And we can also help them after we destroyed their homes, letting them
in
live a
here,
better life.
yeah.
I can't. I'm not saying I agree with everything Obama did, and I'm not saying I agree with interfering with
But don't you
foreign
think-
countries.
don't you think it's the same
but
way- there's-
if we
okay.
do, then we should allow them to come here. If we're
It was
bombing
our fault.
them,
It was
our
U.S.
fault
that they're
backed air
refugees.
missiles kill these people every single day. U.S. backed, and that's by the companies, not the government.
Yeah, but
that's
so
by
don't
the
you think we
companies.
should stop bombing them?
We're not. You're not getting
You
it.
just said
we're
US
not
backed
bombing.
missiles.
I know you. We're not bombing them. We're selling the bombs to other radical groups who are bombing these people.
Shouldn't we stop selling them?
Okay, but That's what your president supports.
That's what your president supports. He wants more. He
wants more
funding,
freedom with companies
funding into the military. So
and he
wants
more. He wants freedom. He wants more freedom for companies to do
I'm
these
just asking.
things.
I would think that we should stop bombing them. It's almost like you want them.
We're not bombing them.
It's people.
We're providing them the bombs.
We're providing them the bombs. We sell them the bombs.
Because of greed and money.
And
no, I agree. But did you know that he overturned a moderate rebel secret operation to fund rebels in Syria? No, but I'm saying, did you know that Trump overturned one?
Companies are still.
Did you know that Trump overturned one? Just be honest. Did you know he overturned a CIA operation in Syria to fund moderate rebels that led to the removal of ISIS in Syria? Did you know that?
No, but you still have to understand that companies are still selling these in the open, and
no, I know. I just told you about how they work.
You're bringing up three good things to make up for all the bad things that he's done.
I'm not making up for any of
and
that.
for
I'm
all
just
the
having a
bad things that he
conversation.
agreed with.
I'm not. You're putting a lot of words in my mouth. You don't even know.
I say you're bringing it up, and that's what you did. You brought it up. What do you mean?
What did I bring
words?
up?
How
I just told you about something in Syria that you didn't know existed.
What did I bring up?
The same way that you didn't know a million things that your president.
This girl wants to take in refugees, but no homeless. Listen to yourself. Same reasons for both.
No, it isn't. Listen, there's a house and there's a whole country. One house. Do you understand how big the universe is?
I don't want them in my house.
They say there's like, you don't want them in your house?
Homeless people. I don't know these people. I feel like we should, as people, help other people. I'm not saying.
Do you know those people? Do you know the people in the Middle East?
But I'm not saying I want these refugees in my house.
Okay, stop,
I don't want these refugees in my house.
Stop. Well, you have to understand.
That's rude. Why?
Listen.
I have family that are refugees.
Stop. Well, you have to understand.
I don't know your family.
All right. Thank you guys for joining. I'm gonna post my link below. We gotta take off. All right. Take care, guys.